2, 1.
Sorry?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're live.
Yeah, stop.
Hammer time.
Can't touch this. Hello, everyone. It's great to see you, and I hope I find you well. And if Zoe gets me the chat, and in the non-silly version, there we go. Russell Benton, hello to you. Patrick Ling, Smallwood Junction. Andy Stewart, Phil Yates. Flymo Chairman 1, Simon Trent, Mother Railway Showcase, Dave Scott Railways, Richard Swidurski, DJ K 666. Oh my word, it just like.
Have some chat.
Yeah, Valleys 56XX, Christian UK, Plymouth North Road Station, Harp House Fault, Jennifer Horton, 3B Rail, Chris Johnson, J. Paul Anderson, Awesome Bricks, Marcus Muggins, Warbler Production, Andy Fryers Junction, James Pett, we do approve. Joe Smith, Wamgok, RG Models 86, Peter Jackson, Sheila Heath, You Shunt, Caroline Rogers, Ben Tullett, Anthnil, Martin Shipman. We've got some Dinmore Junction, Mother Railway, Valleys 56XX. So many people in. It's great to see you. I hope I find you well. I am Jenny Kirk, as always, here with the Monday Club, your first port of call for the best ever online model railway club. So we're here, and it was great to see so many of you over the weekend. I was at it's actually quite a small show, and sometimes it's really nice to do the small model railway shows because it's not quite so crowded and it's much more laid back. So we were doing the LNY DCC show in Burnley that they hold every year, and thoroughly enjoyed it, actually. Went there with Les. We let Les out of the Jablight Whittling dungeon, and he had permission to spend some money, and spend he did. So yeah.
Cha-ching!
Yes.
Jen, you spent a bit of money too, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So, one of the things that I'm going to be doing today is sharing with you some of my finds. There was some actually...
Hence, this setup that we have here.
Oh, what, can people see that?
They can only just see
Yeah,
this bendy set of wire.
We've got a rostrum cam. That also means that you can do your I was going to say your gardening. No, your
Yeah, I'll go and get the gardening, shall I?
Yes. Well, technically, with some of the purchasers, could be doing that. I'm going to be talking through these actually,
but not straight away because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the intro. Roll VT. Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not to also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
Sorry about that. I went
Yeah,
to...
I'm sorry, Cupboard Monkey went and messed things up. So there we are. Right, I need to, let's have a look. So, Chris Reynolds, first of all, says, are you coming to the Chatham show next year? Chatham is a very long way away from us. It's like a foreign country down in Kent. Once you go the other side of London, for us, that's a long way. So, probably not.
It would depend if we could make like a full week of something.
Yeah, the problem is we have to stay over, and it becomes quite a logistical thing. Yeah. Railway Days says, good evening all, currently in hospital with my wife. So sorry to hear.
Really
says,
sorry,
please,
man.
Can you wish her well soon?
We certainly can.
Certainly will. Look,
we hope you get well soon.
Absolutely. So, Mrs. Railway Days, do get well soon.
Yeah.
Being in hospital is never really the greatest at the best of times, but hopefully making the best of that. And where are we up to? Right. Hayden's Railway says, are you going to the is that the Gloucestershire and Warwickshire Railway mixed traction gala this weekend? Unfortunately not.
Ian White says he's broken his leg.
How did you manage
Dude,
that?
when you go on stage and they say break a leg, they don't actually mean it.
I'm really sorry to hear. Can people stop getting hurt, please? So sorry to hear. That's not really how I'm guessing you wanted your day to be. Peter Jackson Gila Heath says Gronk's on parade on the shed. Yeah, actually.
It's your new Colourblind Society Gronk showing them the way.
It is, yeah. And actually,
I'm never going to stop going to that because it's so funny.
Yeah, can I just say that if I wasn't on screen, there's about 20 Gronks in there. 20 Gronks, no waiting. So there we are. So you can actually see we've got it's like meet the Gronks here. We've got lots of them.
Gronk.
There's even some. Actually, no, they are all on screen there. So as you can see, there's quite a few Gronks. How's Zoe's TT120 Molly, asks Anthony.
Okay, I'm going to bring something up, and we're going to make an announcement.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh, okay, apparently we're making an announcement. Cymru Rail says, I stepped on a Lego. Ooh! The only thing worse than stepping on Lego in bare feet is stepping on an upturned UK plug.
Yeah, that thing ain't getting out the way.
Yeah, it just sits there and goes, oh, you silly boy. DJ K666 says, I got wallet disease this year. My wallet emptied itself. Oh. Ian White says, I fell off a wagon at work. Oh, no. Oh, I'm glad there was somebody there to help you out. I mean, it's one of the things, actually, if you work in a situation where you're on your own, that can be quite dangerous. So I'm glad that somebody was around. Railway Day says, Jenny, have you got HST? I have two somewhere stashed away. I've got one in First Great Western Fag Packet livery and also one in GWR livery. Castle Hill Light Railway says, the only thing worse than treading on a piece of Lego is treading on two. Oh, yes. Awesome Brick says, stickle bricks at worst. Yeah. Oh my word, Raymond Legg says, a YouTuber I'm subscribed to basically pulled his Achilles tendon. Ooh. Yeah.
Done that, not
Stefan Svensson, big hello to you. Great to see you. Awesome Brick says, greetings, Mr. FM. Oh, Fly Mocha, yeah. Nick at Bleshton High Level says, fell asleep, nearly missed my slot. Ooh. Xantex says, falling off a truck, that's not good. I did my hip in doing that.
You did something worse, didn't you?
Well, I didn't fall off a truck.
No, you were knocked off.
Thank you so much, JL Railways, for your generosity, very kindly donating £4.99 on the Super Chat. Really, really generous of you. They say, glad you had a great weekend, Jenny and Zoe. I'm getting a class 50 in Network Southeast, Exeter, at the end of this week. Can't wait.
Nice. Cool. And thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Massive generosity, thank
Yeah,
you.
Ben Tuller. That's right. I said, it sounds like everyone has injuries. Pulled my lower back at the weekend and now have a slightly painful back. Ibuprofen working well, though. Oh, I'm glad. Ibuprofen. Don't knock it. It's cheap. Well, certainly it's cheap in the UK and it's very effective. Basically, one of the things I do want to get out of the way, we're talking about people's illnesses and
Could
stuff.
you look this up?
What? No, I'm trying.
Go on then.
I'm talking about people's illnesses.
You finished?
And such.
Can
No,
you hold this up?
Zoe, stop it. Seriously.
Okay, I was trying to make light.
Yeah, okay. So unfortunately, early hours of this morning, I got news that my very dear friend and colleague, Paul Tyre, has sadly passed away. He lost his battle with what sounded to be a very aggressive cancer, and it's quite shocking how quickly it just took him away. So I was notified by his wife, Tracy, this morning in the early hours that he'd passed away. And it came as quite a shock, even though Paul had talked about this a few months ago. He'd told people that this was what was happening. And it's never easy when you lose somebody who you've done a lot of things with, a lot of good times with. And Paul Tyre was an amazing modeller. You'd recognise him from, he was on Biggest Little Railway with me. That's actually where I first met him. He did Series 1 of Great Model Railway Challenge. I think he was on the team that built the EastEnders layout. And he was also on Series 1 of Hornby A Model World, where he assisted me with the building of the Upside Down layout. And sadly, in the edit of the programme, he largely got cut out, and I always felt quite guilty about that.
Yeah.
Because he'd put a lot of work into that layout.
He was the guy that designed the mechanism.
So much stuff that he did, but also moving away from that, he did a lot of museum quality models. So in museums all over the world, I believe, his speciality was naval ships. So there's a very, very accurate large-scale model of HMS Royal Oak that's actually used for planning dives to the wreck. And they do like a yearly thing where they go down and lay a wreath. And they use his model to plan where they need to go and stuff like that. He also made the Old Man of Hoy, which is a model that was at a famous cafe overlooking the Old Man of Hoy. And that was one of his creations as well. So, very, very sad news that Paul Tyre sadly passed away. His funeral was today, so if I get a little bit teary, it's because I've been thinking a lot about him all day.
It's never easy to lose a friend.
Absolutely.
I think we should give him a minute's silence.
Mm-hmm. So, a minute's silence there for Paul Tyre, one of the most incredible modelers that I've ever known. Sorry, I cry at lots of things, but definitely very moved.
I don't think you need to apologise for being upset at the loss of your friend.
Absolutely. And RG Models 86 says, Paul will live on through his model work. I'm really tearing up here.
Well, I think we can all understand why. He was a good friend, and you're going to miss him. Of course you're going to tear up.
Absolutely. So, I think Paul would have wanted us to keep going and not to dwell. So, Peter Jackson, Sheila Heath says 269 watching. How many likes? Please hit the like button. Absolutely do hit the like button.
Yep.
And if you haven't already done so, then do please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. YouTube will, of course, ignore you, but at least you can say you did all you could.
So, Jen, we've been given something to the Great Electric Train Show, and I held it back so it wouldn't get lost in everything else.
Yeah.
And it came with a challenge.
Should we go with the rostrum cam?
No, because I want to show all that off.
We're not going to the rostrum cam.
This came from Warbler Productions.
Oh, right, yes.
And the challenge is that I think it's an 11 volt.
11 volt?
Or 6, I can't remember which. It runs off a battery, it might be 9 volt.
So
the challenge is for you to wire it in, and then somehow, while it's wired in and turned on, hide it on the layout so that people have to find it.
That's going to be quite tricky.
Yes,
but,
that's why it's a challenge.
Needs painting. It's 3D printed in blue plastic, but the problem is that the plastic obviously has a slightly translucent.
What I'm actually planning to do is paint it in the style of the First Doctor.
Oh,
but actually, it's a
You're going to paint it in black and white.
Sorry, no, not the First Doctor, the Third Doctor. You know, we had that slightly odd blue for his TARDIS.
Okay.
It stands out compared to the others.
Right.
So I'm going to paint it in his style, and then it'll look really cool.
Yeah. J. Paul Anderson asks, how old was Paul? I never asked him.
He wasn't that old. He was about our age.
No, he was older than me, but not by a huge amount. I would probably say he was in his early 60s, maybe. I don't know. Age never came into things.
No.
We just got on really well.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew how old I was. But, yeah.
Okay, for everyone who's saying the colours are a bit off, yeah, I know. We've got to get a new light system in here.
The problem is the LEDs. I think they're putting out... the way LEDs work is they're very restricted on their... what the actual wavelengths is that they put out.
Yes.
DJK 666 says much of the issue is the plastic can be fairly brittle. Some of the 3D printed stuff, certainly the earlier stuff, could be a little bit fragile, but actually it's
Modern
getting better and better. It's amazing how much 3D printing has moved on and moved on.
Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction says, I must thank you both for winning a free weekend ticket to Getz.
You're welcome.
To be honest with you, we just facilitated it. Well done. It was great to see you, man.
Yeah, we can't take all the credit.
Yeah.
We must also thank Hornby Magazine, particularly Mike Wilde, the editor, who hooked us up with the tickets for the giveaway. So they should take credit for what was actually a really generous giveaway to help promote the show. So I'm really glad that you enjoyed that. Certainly, I'm sure Mike Wilde would be really happy that you had a great time as well.
Yeah. It was good to meet you, and
absolutely,
those hangouts in the bar were fun as well.
Mick92, hello to you. We already read that one out. The Growler Blackwood Engage layout, but hello to you, Southern Triangle. James Pett says LEDs are good so long as you get the ones with a high CRI, basically greater than 90. Cheap LED. I don't know. They seem like they were better than the light that was in here when I actually converted the loft.
The light that was in here when you converted the loft was a bulb on a string.
Bulb on a stick, yes. Oh, hello to you, New Junction. Good evening. As somebody said the magic incantation.
New Junction! New Junction!
New Junction!
Not a cult.
Yep, not a cult. Yes, you don't want you muscling in on the Gronk cult.
Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Gronk it up!
Hashtag not a cult. Honest, for legal and tax purposes.
The Gronk It Up cult is not a cult for legal and tax purposes. Your mileage may vary. So, Jen...
Yeah, James Pett says if they don't specify the CRI, assume it's very bad. Yes, because if it was a good CRI, they would crow and strut about it. So, Zoe's handed me a suitcase, so I think this means that basically I'm going on a mystery trip somewhere.
No, this is the announcement of the big new project.
You're having
the big little project.
Zoe's having a big little project involving Engage. Is it Engage?
Yes, I considered TT120 for it, and I don't think, given the scale I could get a nice little shunting layout in there, but it would only be a little shunting layout.
End gauge,
However,
you could get it to go all the way round.
Yes. With this, I'm going to have a double layer suitcase layout.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one that can go to exhibitions. Yeah, and also
layout in a suitcase. You do see a few of these on the circuit.
But also the other
ingenious.
thing is, it's part of our big project that's coming up. Now, this is not the big project that Iron Horse may have had a T-shirt on at Getz.
Not the big project that we recently filmed was supposed to go live at Getz, but nobody else edited the videos in time.
Now, we're not going to talk any further on that because these things happen, illnesses happen. So we've got that project coming up, and you will love it, guys. But this is the other project. The
that
one
sounds like a challenge. I challenge you. Challenge accepted. Will I love it?
I think you will. This is the other project. You know when we were talking about the Hornby Model World Season 3 and what you could do to top what you'd already done? And we said model layout that goes up a mountain.
Well, yeah, basically, this is something I've talked a little bit about before. When we did Hornby Model World, at the end of Series 2, there was a few ideas being floated around for Series 3, and I kind of ended up always doing the quirky bit. Look at the quirky build. I can't remember who dubbed them that, but essentially, I had a brief. Want you to do something that does something that's not really been done before, particularly, but is eye-catching, and people would remember and talk about. And actually, certainly the one from Series 1, it did do that.
Oh, the upside-down layout. People still talk about it. People still stop her in the street while we're going places and talk to her about it. It's amazing to see the way that just stuck in people's heads. It's fantastic. I love it.
Absolutely. But Series 3 was going to be building a model railway that was portable, such that you could actually take it up a mountain.
Yep.
And we were actually, we'd already scouted a location. We were going to take it up Stickle Gill and Pavey Arc.
Because there's that little flat bit at the top.
And we would have had an impromptu model railway exhibition at the top of a mountain. I'd asked a few other people actually as well, so there were a few other people excited about this.
Yes, and we were going to be accompanied for this by Sven from Tramfabrique.
Tramfabrique, who of course the UK stockists for Trainomatic decoders.
Big thumbs up to Sven.
Absolutely. So essentially, that was the plan. The TV company were interested, and then Series 3 got cancelled.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that happened. So, given that, I have bought a suitcase because I'm challenging Jen.
It was a good idea. We're gonna do it anyway.
To have a model railway that not only goes on a mountain, we're going to run it at the top of a mountain, but which we're going to play with on a train on the way to the mountain.
Well, the train doesn't go to the mountain.
Doesn't go to that mountain. We could go to another one.
I suppose we could. I guess. Actually, it's a bit of a trek from Inverness Station to Ben Nevis.
Oh, be cool though. And yes, James Pett says, how are you going to power this? Well, my idea is to use DC and then a portable attachable battery pack.
Yes.
So it won't last a huge amount of time, but it will work.
Yes, and there seems to be a lot of latecomers, can I just say? Oh, got it.
Oh, hello, Gandalf.
Hello. A Monday clubber is never late, Toto wagons. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thank you, Gandalf. That was very... Oh, he's off. I think there's like 2 for 1 on biscuits. It's Biscuit-O-Rama.
So the idea is that this is portable. We're going to go and plug it in once we're on the train and plug it in at the top of the mountain and make a good, nice day
Actually,
out.
Snowdon was the other choice as well. And
Snowdon is brilliant.
I suspect that the TV company would have ultimately decided to do Snowdon because of the railway for 2 reasons. One of which is it's got a railway on. It's a program about trains. What's not to like? But also the second reason, we don't have to climb all the way up and all the way down because we just take the train. So there we go. Worthington Model Railway just landed in Euston. And if somebody, it's gone off the top actually, but I think it was RG Models 86, was it? Somebody said that they were in Hornby and Model World as well, with Guillaume.
Yes.
I do know Guillaume.
Doing the VR.
Yeah, the VR headset.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, anyway, go back.
There he is. RG Models 86.
Says, I featured in episode 10 of series 2 with my friend Guion, who did the VR headset. Yes, I know Guion. He did GMRC as well, and definitely really talented modeler.
Oh, Peter Jackson says, pushing the boundaries of railway modelling to the highest. Don't get me started, because I still am very upset that Top Gear didn't try to launch a car to the moon.
I don't think you're allowed to litter quite like that.
I want to do a model railway on the moon.
Can I just say, Mick92 says Everest would be good.
Everest costs thousands.
It's expensive, and
there's a chance that you would die, and I would.
And it'd be very cold. I'll be honest. Two fat ladies climb Everest. I should cocoa.
Oh my goodness! Imagine that. Yeah.
Dr. Deborah Catherine Stevenson Jones says, but Snowdon is too busy. It's like a zoo at the summit. We would have probably gone in the off-peak season.
Oh yeah, we go off-peak, and also
we'd have the national park. We'd clear the riffraff off for filming.
What we'd actually do is we'd just sit in the cafe once we got there, put the trends on a table and run an exhibition.
Yeah,
we'd buy a coffee, it'd be fine.
Yeah. Guion is a great modeler. Do pass on my regards next time you see him. Tell him I say hello. James Petts, though, does say Snowdon is better than Everest for model railways. Yes, because it's got a train up the side. What's not to like? The only other place I could think would be Mount Washington has the cog railway in the US. And I'm sure in Switzerland, I think in Switzerland there's probably some kind of mountain with a railway or a police part of it.
I like their biggest mountain though, because at 1 o'clock the top of it opens and a cuckoo comes. I couldn't even finish the joke.
Do you think they've got a gift shop selling Toblerone?
You can just see it now. The top of the mountain opens up like cuckoo, cuckoo.
Can I just say, can you imagine that? A picture of the Matterhorn and then that does that. And it's like, that is just such a Terry Gilliam animation from Monty Python, is it not?
Oh my goodness, speaking of stuff coming out, did you get to see the GMRC layouts that were at GETS?
Yes, I did. I went and talked to them. Team Grantham were actually at the Great Electric Train Show with 2 of their 3 layouts.
Yeah.
And actually, all the fun of the fair. I must admit, I was there next to that when it was being built. And I found it quite fascinating. Now, they ran out of time, so I do remember them staple gunning bits of like felt cloth to form the scenery on GMRC, and it was really down to the wires. It was a very technical build.
It really was.
But actually, now that they've finished it all and made it look really nice, it's a lovely and very different layout, and it was a great pleasure to see it again.
But Thunderbird 1 coming out the top of
yes.
that one. The swimming pool actually opens and Thunderbird 1 comes out. That was so good. Christopher Toffer, I think his name is. Hey guys, I just bought my first 08. It's in the railroad train pack. I know it's not accurate. For the same piece and more accurate, you get 3 wagons. Yeah, but they're for the same. Here's the thing. The railroad range is great.
Ooh.
And I won't hear a bad thing about it from people. A lot of people poo-poo it. But the railroad range, you get good value stuff that you can modify yourself.
I mean, we talked about this.
And it's great.
We talked about this in our interview with Martin Weaver at the Great Electric Train Show, which we will be putting out as a standalone video at some point. But yeah, we talked about this. They're designed to get new people into the hobby. It's very, very important. ECML Electrics, good evening to you. John JMC, the guru of sound. There's some latecomers here. Peachy TT 120, evening lovelies.
Iron Horse snuck in after Gandalf. Didn't he? Gandalf.
Yep.
The Monday clubbers never late, Toto wagons, nor are they hurly. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thank you, Gandalf.
Ooh.
Why can't I buy Rocket Rapid glue? Nobody has it. Nuffy's Models down in town usually has a decent amount of it.
I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you, don't know. Mike Ray says, "How about using your portable layout on the top of the Old Man of Hoy?" No, I don't know.
Wouldn't he complain?
Isn't it a bit tricky to climb it at the best of times? Mark Wilson, evening to you. Hillside Junction. They asked something, and my brain is going, "You need to acknowledge this comment," and now I can't remember what they said. The pin badge. That was it. Hillside Junction says the pin badge arrived. Now, a news on the pin badges.
We haven't got any.
Yeah, we've sold out. But don't fear, because the new batch has been ordered. The new batch are the same design, but will have a BR Brunswick green backing as opposed to the rail blue backing. So I don't have a delivery date on those, and they will actually go together. So those people who are collecting the different colours, then good on you. But yes, new batch of Monday Club badges will be coming soon. Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath reminds us the O-gauge Deltic at Burnley. Yeah, if you model in O-gauge, they're the perfect size for headboards.
They are.
And we have photos to prove it.
We do. We just don't have them here.
Yes.
So, talking about pickups and new stuff.
So this is first of all, I'm going to let the monkey of cupboardness show off their pickups. So you've pressed the button.
I have.
Oh,
and what we have here
we got
is it's all set up for you to be able to show things the right way up.
Yeah, I'm just
I can't really do much about this.
Hold on. Yeah. Let me just.
Yeah, because now that's.
Oh yeah, because the like strobe effect. Really. Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That kind of works. Yeah, that kind of works.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll go with that.
Let's go with this.
Oh, wait a minute, nobody wants to see my legs.
What I'm trying to do
is like, make everybody travel sick. What are you actually trying to do?
Get this lined up properly, and it's not doing it. Right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hello.
Jen, get out of the way.
You okay in there?
Get out of the way.
Oh, hold on.
I'm trying my best to get this to there.
You know, we had this in the right plan.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
So, what we've got here... what we've got here is failure to communicate. No. This is my TT120 set. I got...
How do we stop that strobing?
You can't. I got Molly in TT120, which we already have in N-gauge. So if you could find my N-gauge Molly on the shelf...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh my goodness! Did you?
I was taking a break. I was in
Your brain was like tra la 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 la.
I'm sorry. I'd retreated into my mind palace.
Just as a demonstration of why I'm going to be doing my suitcase in N-gauge rather than TT. There is the difference.
Yeah, can I just say it is upside down? Is there any way to?
They're not going to be when you do it.
Oh, apparently that's in preference for where. Oh, I didn't realise I'm still on the screen. Sorry, yes. I was retreating into my mind palace, and everybody could see that.
There is a very interesting difference here, isn't there? So the N is going to be for the suitcase.
And if you hold on one moment,
I love TT120. It's such a nice thing.
Can I just say, let's line up all three.
Oh my goodness, Gronk's in scale.
I don't have Molly in. No, do them this way, so then people can actually see. It is interesting. Right, Zoe.
Yes?
Is there a mute button on you? So
there is.
What we're going to do is let's just take a look, and which way? This way. I've got to get my bearings because now I'm upside down. Oh no, my head's hurting. So there's an illustration of... I don't have Molly in 00, so you'll have to manage.
Just imagine if we bring in her O-gauge one. It's like, thunk, right on top of the
I've got O-gauge as well. But so 00, TT120 and N-gauge. And there's the size difference. And actually, when you look at that, TT120 is nicely bigger than N-gauge. It's got a little bit more of a presence to it. So I'm just going to show you the tops.
I have to say, like I said before, if I hadn't already decided on N-gauge and started collecting, TT120 would have been the one I went for.
But it's interesting, actually. TT120 is substantially smaller than 00.
yeah.
So you look at that and you start
It's like a third, isn't it?
You start to realise why you can get so much more in the space.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are. Right, so that's your locomotive.
Yes, so I picked up a lovely little shunty gronk.
What did you pay for it? It was really, really good price.
£89. Brand new.
£89, brand new.
TT120 is about half off at the moment because it's a 2-year anniversary.
Soon.
Yes,
So-
if you're thinking of getting into it, go for it now because that sale won't last.
And you
£89,
also-
it was amazing.
You got a Northeastern Railway ventilated van. There was, I mean, to be honest with you, it sold so well. It was quite tricky to actually get some of the things.
These are literally the only things I could get if I wasn't going for a passenger train.
We were their guests of TMC, the Model Centre, and she actually had to get most of this from Cheltenham Model Centre because TMC, the Model Centre, sold out in the first few hours of some of these.
The only thing that they had that wasn't like an A4. They had some passenger trains and they were brilliant. And I would have gone for them if we didn't have the Easterner set. But the only thing that they had that could go behind the Gronk.
HAA hop. Actually, I mean that's a perfect accompaniment for the Gronk. So this is the hopper.
So
the
now
HAA.
I've got some stuff to shunt.
And actually, I mean, you look at that.
Peachy, thank you so much, man.
Oh,
that is incredibly
thank
generous.
you.
Thank you so much, man.
So the HAA is actually fabulous when you look at it close up.
Yeah, the level of detail is superb.
And actually, anybody who's poo-pooing TT still, just get a close-up look of one of these.
It's like someone took a shrink ray to O gauge.
Yeah, and it's so much more finesse than N gauge. It's difficult to describe, but yeah, it's got a real presence to it. So there
when
we
you
are.
see it on the track, I mean, I've become used to the little tweaks and stuff that we've had to do for O gauge, not O gauge, 00, and then you see TT, and it's like, when the track
no, it's not
is
it's TT.
No, then you go, oh my goodness! Like when you see it, and there's no. What can we say? We haven't had to make any adjustments, so everything is just right. You've got the track, the
doesn't
wagons
come with baggage.
Yeah, it all looks right, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, that looks great. So
John JMC, the guru of sound, says, I do think someone needs to work on a new coupling system for the TT120.
That's the only
However,
issue.
Can I just say,
this coupling system is weird, and I don't like it.
Can I just say, they do use the same coupling mounts that 009 and N-Gauge use, and that means that the Hunt couplings will actually
they just slide together like that.
perfectly fit. I mean, you can use N-Gauge couplings, these sort of I think they're called Rapido couplings. So they've got the same coupling mounts as 009, N-Gauge. So it's remarkably easy to change up the couplings. I wouldn't worry about
the
that.
standard couplers, I just don't like them. They feel like every time I'm putting them together, they're going to break.
Okay,
and that's the bit I don't like.
So I'm going to change the angle. So there we go.
The angle of the dangle for the brew, that is true.
Yeah,
wow, you're big on that screen.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes, you've... Oh, I like that. No,
I'll leave it.
I like it. Leave it. Don't touch it. So I'll look backlit because the light is on the rostrum camera.
Yeah, but you're not yellow today.
Mm.
You haven't got a Trump tan.
The Trump tan. Michael Lane TT120 says it's not only Hornby, but Pico and other firms in it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you.
I've got some buildings to put together.
I think it's probably only a matter of time before other manufacturers start bringing out stuff. And James Pett says these are actually standard couplers.
They are. My problem is they're
the same as what
they're
they'll
going
use.
to break.
Yeah, they'll be the same as what they use on Continental TT.
Yeah.
You're supposed to push them from underneath.
Are you?
Yes.
No. Jen. No,
TT very established in Europe, Eastern Europe, says Nick Blesh High Level. Yes, TT couplings are inherited from the European TT scene, says Nick Blesh High Level. So yeah, but they just change them for hunt couplings. I mean, come on, what's not to like?
How am I seriously? How am I supposed to get that apart?
Oh, for goodness sake! Don't you?
When they're on the layout, how do you do it?
See
what I mean? This is my problem with it. I feel like I'm going to break it.
Just have a little paddle. That's what all we do with the tension rods.
I know, but I feel like I'm going to break it, and that is my issue.
Anywho, shall we move on to my pickups now?
Yes.
The LNY DCC show. James Petts, that's what I was trying to tell her, but you can't tell a monkey because the monkey goes, oh, it's not like... That's a clown. Monkey, put that clown down. That clown is not happy with you tweaking his nose. Right. James Petts says you need a mechanism thing. A mechanism thing.
A device.
Yes.
Harry Crab says, who are you talking to? It sounds like you're talking to yourself.
What? Who?
Hello. Hello there.
So this is what I have to put up with. So anyway, Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath also reminds us GLR model railways are also doing magnetic couplings too.
I think magnetic is the way forward.
Yeah,
but it is a good point that was raised. I can't remember who raised it because I think it's gone off. Saying, what if you're trying to do some shunting? Magnetic isn't great for that. To an extent, yes.
Well, then keep these. I'll be honest with you. These have their uses.
They're different.
Coffee stick. Anthony, yes, absolutely. Coffee stick. Lollipop stick, says Keith Brown. Absolutely. Right.
Different strokes for different folks.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm going to finally... I'm going to do it if it kills me here now. Come on. What I'm going to do now is we're going to move on. We're going to... Zoe's going to move all of her
I already have. They're not rubbish, it's TT and then I did.
Yeah.
For fixed rakes, they're fine. Yes, they seem very, very secure for fixed rakes. My problem is, I wanted something that doesn't feel like I'm going to break it.
Harry Crab says, oh, hello, same accent. Oh, you're Geordie then. Oh, yeah, man.
I'm not Geordie, I'm Dunelmian.
There was a Geordie at the show, actually, and I was explaining this to them, and they went, oh, yeah, Poncy Geordie. And that's it, isn't it? You're a Poncy Geordie. He did explain what Mackham actually comes from.
Yeah, they're Mackham. We Mackham, they Tackham.
It's like Mackham and was it Breckham? From up at Blythe, the Breckhams, because that's where Battleship Wharf is, that they used to scrap ships.
The way I was always told it as a kid was they're called Mackhams because they build stuff.
Yeah,
we mack them, they attack them. They take them away.
Yeah, but then if you go up to Blythe, they're Breckhams because they break them up at Battleship Wharf. They scrapped them at the end of the life.
Yeah, we have the Mackhams, the Tackhams, and the Breckhams.
Yeah. And then they all look at who are these? Was it the Sand people or something? Who were the ones from Seaham? Sand. You told me a thing with there was another name for people from Seaham.
I don't remember the ones from Seaham, but I do know the ones from Middlesbrough, smog monsters.
Oh, okay.
Smoggies, they're smog monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Sarah.
Wamgok says, can we get a translation, please? Sand dancers. I knew there was a sand thing.
Sand dance. Oh, my goodness. I've not heard that in a very, very long time.
You told me that. How do you think I know about the sand thing?
I'm betting my dad did.
No. Oh, yes. Hartlepool are the monkey hangers. That was Hartlepool.
Yeah, monkey hangers.
Yeah.
He thought the monkey was a French spy.
Yes. Yes. In fairness to them, they'd never seen a monkey or a Frenchman before, and they were a bit thick, so that you can kind of understand. Right. Anywho, meanwhile, back at the ranch. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you my spoils from the show. I wish that camera wouldn't do that.
There is nothing to.
Can I force it to stop?
Nope.
Can you change the refresh or something?
Nope.
Oh, for God's sake!
Not while alive or now. I'll try, but I don't think I can.
Oh,
you keep going.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the stalls at LNY DCC had these. I've seen actually a few retailers are doing some of the Hornby wagons at 50% off. So, making out like a bandit. I love the 3-plank wagon from Hornby. And I'm just going to open this bad boy up. I love these. When Hornby retooled their wagons, they made an absolute hash, I'm sorry, but they did, of the 5 plank and the 7 plank by reusing the old tops and stretching an underframe to fit, and it just really quite ruined them. But the 3 plank, the 4 plank, and the 6 plank were all completely tooled from scratch, and these are amazing, suitable for pre-grouping, wood-framed wagons, and I love them. So I always pick up new ones whenever I can. So for £11.50, you can't be robbed. Brand new. This is E Marsh, Pont Hall, Blue Pennant, Stone Quarries, Cross Keys. And I also got, and I'm quite glad actually that I wasn't... What?
Richard Gritter says, was that 3 plank a 6 plank before it was 50% off? Brilliant,
Yeah,
brilliant.
I see what you did there, sir. Thank you, thank you. That was well done. Well played, sir. Well played. But I struggled to find one of these. When they came out, I tried to buy one of these in the LMS Brown livery. Let's try and, can I?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Stick the thing right in the camera's face.
Will you shut up? It's like, I'm a brain surgeon, so.
No, you're not.
This is weird because I've got to kind of work out where I need to hold it. So this is the 3 plank wagon in the LMS Brown. I tried to buy one of these at full price and I couldn't get hold of one. So now
They
I just
wouldn't
buy
take our money. They said it had to be real.
Yeah. But the thing was, right, can I just say, the thing was supply issues, and yet why are they selling them at 50% off when I couldn't get one at full price?
Because by now the issues are gone.
Yeah, I don't know, it was just a little bit odd. So anyway, those were from a stand that had loads of Hornby wagons, and there was all sorts there actually, some really good prices. And then making out really like an absolute bandit over at Sawyer's Models, because Sawyer's Models, a huge thank you. I found that I had a big a bag of Monday Club badges. I say a big, it wasn't a big bag. I had about 12 or so, and we sold them all. Thanks to Andy at Sawyer's Models, it was very, very kind of him. He was selling the badges. And people were like, "Oh, this is good." So I get a discount that's more than the cost of getting the badge. Sign me up. So there was some great deals to be had. But this, it looks like it's never been actually out of the box. It's one of the Bachmann Mark 1s. I paid. I think this was on the stand for that strobing is really irritating.
I thought I'd got it sorted. It was stopped for a bit.
39-051F. So actually, I was surprised. I mean, Bachmann really were churning these out because it's in the earlier style box. But it's in the all-over maroon livery that I don't have many coaches in this livery, it must be said. So I picked this up and it was really good price. It's never, as you know, looking at the wheels, it has been run, but it's been well looked after, as has the box. So, quite pleased. I'm slowly trying to put together a rake of the BR Maroon livery. I do quite like it. It looks really good behind Princess Coronation class locos, it must be said. Now, the pièce de résistance is the Class 7F. This is a Bachmann model, and would you believe it, I don't have one of these Bachmann 7Fs. When they came out...
What's this?
Well, I do now. But when they first came out, these were the first ready-to-run locomotive from one of the UK manufacturers to go past the £100 price point. And I seem to recall that the RRP was something like £103. And there was a huge hoo-ha at the time, like, oh, nobody will ever pay more than £100 for that. It's like, yeah, we're now in the realms of the £300 loco. So yeah, how's that working out for you? But I got this. It's second hand, but I don't think it's particularly ever been used.
Take care, Rick. Thanks for coming along, dude. Have
Absolutely.
a great night.
Do take care. I know it is a school night for some people. I get a lie-in tomorrow. This is what happens when you negotiate going back to a job where they're like, please, will you come back and work for us again? It's like, well, I need Tuesdays off because I like a lie-in after I've done the Monday Club.
And they all went, what's the Monday Club?
Yeah, they went, the what now? Yeah, they keep forgetting and saying, I don't suppose you could work Tuesday. It's like, I don't think so.
No, because I'm broadcasting my life of trains.
Yeah. They actually, I think they did. They made a big hello to the people I work with, if they are secretly watching. But I must admit that some of them did go away and go, "Oh my word, you've done lots of stuff." And it's like, yes, I've been trying to tell you. Never mind. So anyway, this is the 7F.
John, this is on 25 hertz. It's not stopping. It doesn't stop on 60. It doesn't stop on 50. It doesn't stop on...
It's something to do with the LED lights.
Yeah, there's nothing. Like I was saying to Jen, there is literally nothing I can do. I've gone through all of the frame rates that I can. It does not stop.
And Richard Knowles, absolutely, whatever the prices, people still buy the models, in fact, more so than ever. And Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Warrington was quiet on the Sunday morning. Yeah, there was a Warrington show on the same weekend. So I think Warrington took a lot of the trade on the Saturday, and then the Burnley show took a lot on the Sunday. And yes, Jennifer Horton, there is a token catcher on the side here. There's one on both sides. I need to glue the other side back on, it must be said. Let's just having a quick... I think that needs to be... I just need to glue that back in. It looks like it's come free.
Things happen.
So, actually, let me... I can fix it. I can see where that's come out. So we talk to the people.
Here we go.
We're going in.
We're going live locomotive surgery. You won't find this on any other channel because
Well,
everyone else will go, no, I'm going to do that off camera in case I break it.
Can I just say, I think it's...
It's a joke, Jen.
O'Neill, I believe, does an awful lot
Jen,
of...
it was a joke. Is this bit supposed to be pointing out?
Shh. There's a big pile of shh with your name on it.
Ping said this is why you don't do it live.
So, I will actually DCC fit it. Now, one of the things is I've got a Trainomatic 21-pin decoder. We know they work well because they're a great brand.
Yes.
But I've got this Hattons decoder. And I think this is from the very last batch when Hattons were... They decided they'd get lace to make their decoders, and as we all know, lace are garbage.
Yep.
So this decoder in the previous locomotive worked like utter garbage. It was like the locomotive had dirty pickups, but it didn't, because you either put the blanking plate in, smooth as silk, on DC, or you put a proper decoder in, and it ran absolutely perfectly. So the decoder is actually at fault, not the loco. But I'm going to see what it does in this, because it may be that it just doesn't like the back EMF. But if that doesn't work, I'm going to put in a proper decoder.
Decoder from people who know what they're doing.
Will Tucker, big hello. It says, greatly enjoyed my trip to Burnley on Saturday. Thanks again to Jenny for the lovely chat and to Sawyers for my bargains. Excellent. You need a very small crosshead screwdriver for the tender body on the 7F, says Will. Sorry, not Will. Valley's 56XX. Actually, I probably would be a bit like pausey with me going, oh no, it won't work. Doing a live DCC fit. So I'm going to put those to one side, and I've got one more thing to show you from Sawyer's models.
Oh, this upset me.
So we've
all
got
game terrain.
This is actually, I'm told, this is made by Woodland Scenics. So all of these products are Woodland Scenics products. I've got quite a bit. I'm going to the duplicates I'm putting elsewhere. So these are Woodland Scenics, but it's their wargaming range. So they kind of repackaged them. That's a duplicate as well. So not putting the duplicates on the table. So this is that scenic glue that Woodland Scenics do.
Which is a good glue.
But they call it Super Seal. Have I got that the right way up? Yes,
Yeah.
Super Seal. And Sawyer's models had these at 50% off. And, no word of a lie, your Monday Club discount also applies to that. So these are like something like 45% of RRP. And these, look at these. This is that fine... scatter. This is perfect for doing flowers, blossom. I go through loads of this red.
Oh, you love
and
the red.
yellow for doing autumnal trees.
Yep. I can see a load of red and yellow on
And
Weird
these
Yard.
were cheaper than Woodland Scenics to start with, it must be said. But
Yeah.
apparently they railway modelers go, oh, it's not a brand I recognise.
Yeah.
There's this sort of sand, natural sand, some great stuff here. Bill, yes, DJK 666. Bill. I knew that there was an in there, so yes, Bill does the loco
Yeah.
repairs.
I was joking because Jen
Yeah.
swears when she repairs things.
Gravel, natural. This looks
This
interesting.
with the green in
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is exactly what I was trying to find the other day when I was at Getz.
Yeah. And
So
then
I was
these.
so annoyed because I would have bought all of this stuff.
And then this. That's the actual original price, £9.95. These were like 17 quid in Woodland Scenics branding, but we
Yeah.
got it at 55% off that because I had my Monday Club discount. Unbelievable. Just what good value. And Andy at Sawyer's Models will be at the Gaydon show this coming weekend. Search these out, buy them, make out like a bandit, because
Thank
once
you.
they're sold, he's not restocking them
Because they won't sell.
because railway modelers are like, oh, I don't recognise the brand.
Not just that, but wargaming stuff, that won't last for model trends.
Yeah, so Andy Fryer's Junction says we'll be taking the all-game terrain to Gaydon this weekend.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you go into the Gaydon show, make out like a bandit, clear out his stocks, because this stuff, it's Woodland Scenics at a fraction of the price. Just, it's not coming back again, because you guys didn't buy it when he stocked it. So,
unfortunately, sometimes experiments don't work out.
yeah, so right, there we are. I've got the usual light on now. Rob says, hello Jenny, hello everyone. Sorry I'm late. I had a good day at the Great Electric Train Show. It was good, wasn't it?
Russell Benton says, so if Woodland Scenic is double the price, aren't they ripping off railway modelers? No, they were priced down to sell.
Yeah, I think you basically... I think that to get into the wargaming market, they tried it at a kind of an entry point price
it's
to
like
get
I said,
into the market. You've got to compete with what those guys are already have on the market.
Well, not even that. Like I'm saying, it's priced down to sell. Wargaming stuff is about the same price as model railway stuff in terms of terrain and stuff. That is priced to sell to try and get in and wedge into the market, like whoosh, get in there.
So actually, I thought it was very, very well priced. But apparently, railway modelers were a bit sniffy about buying wargaming stuff.
Funnily enough, it goes the other way. Wargamers don't like buying model railway stuff.
Do they not? Are they a bit sniffy about that? Is it?
It's all about whether you know it's going to work and whether it's going to be hardware.
I
because
think
if you think about
brand
it,
recognition is a big deal.
Brand recognition is huge, but if you think about it, a wargaming thing has a different requirement to a model railway thing.
It's got to be hard wearing.
It's got to be hard wearing because not only are you going to be touching it a lot more, you're going to be moving pieces around on it.
Yeah. And Nick at Bletchley High Level disapproves of sniffiness. Yes. Gandalf actually missed me giving him his prompt. Oh, was that? It's doing
Sorry,
the...
was I supposed to be doing something? I was eating biscuits.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And
You were in a...
partaking of the Shire leaf.
The Shire, you're not supposed to
The
smoke...
halfling leaf. It's good for the puff.
Yes, you're not supposed to smoke those digestives, Gandalf.
I wasn't smoking the digestives.
Oh.
The halfling leaf is good for the puff.
So, do you think, Gandalf, digestive biscuits, do they aid the digestion?
They aid my digestion of the biscuits.
Yes, processing nicely.
A Monday clubber is never late, Toto wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Growler Blackwood Engage Layout says all game terrain isn't cheap in Hobbycraft. It has to be said.
No, it isn't.
Hobbycraft does charge RRP,
Yes.
no discount.
Hobbycraft, because Games Workshop can't be the only ones trying to rip you off.
Well, no. Can I just say, no? In fairness to Hobbycraft, they charge RRP. RRP is the recommended retail price.
Yeah, it's that
It's
price for a
just
reason.
that discounting has become a normalcy in the railway modelling world.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with selling at RRP, except that for railway modelling, everybody else is discounting.
It's the same in things. It's the same in wargaming. There are so many online discount box shifters these days that everything looks super expensive on the high street.
Yeah, when you go into Games Workshop, and it's like, And they list their payment method as like Visa, American Express, and kidneys.
Yeah, Games Workshop paints are very durable. They're brilliant.
And I must admit, I've been quite impressed with the Games Workshop paints. They have weird names, but they're all right.
Yeah, if you're just looking for certain colours, then they mix well. They water down nicely. Always water them down. Don't go straight from the the pot unless you're dry brushing. It's very good.
Laura says, hello there. It was nice to meet you at the Great Electric Train Show. Absolutely likewise. I don't know why I keep looking at the rostrum camera.
I've noticed that.
So likewise, great to meet you too. And Sarah Davies says, you've 2 kidneys. What are you complaining about? I don't know, but it does make you more of a lightweight than you start out with. If you, I know a guy, when I was at Sea Cadets, there was a guy who had, I can't remember why, but he'd lost a kidney. And it meant that he was known as not being able to hold his ale. But the honest truth was because his body was down by half on processing.
Yeah, he couldn't filter it properly.
Yeah.
Army painter, very good, yes.
Oh my word. Laura says, I own every one of the Games Workshop paints. I play war games as well as railways.
I'm almost there.
It's nowhere near as big a range as the Humbrol enamels.
No, because they design them for mixing. And
which theoretically you can do with enamels.
Yes. There's a big thing about the Citadel stuff, is that the painting and getting your perfect design for your models is an essential part of the hobby. It's not just about collecting the miniatures and playing the game. It's the artistic expression as well. They've gone really all in.
And also, Vallejo is also getting mentioned a lot.
Vallejo gets a big thumbs up from a lot of people. They are very good as well.
Good brands. I still stick with enamels, and I'm a bit of a Luddite. It's like because I've always.
To be honest with you, enamels have their place. They're very hard wearing.
Yeah, J. Paul Anderson asks videos later.
Yes, soon.
We've been here an hour. Oh, sorry, I just maxed out the thing. Sorry,
Billy's replacement speaker.
Jen just went hypersonic.
Sorry, I didn't. An hour. It doesn't feel like we've been here an hour. The Growler Blackwood Engage layout says all game terrain bramble packs are perfect for small bushes and engage.
I'll bet.
Used on Blackwood Engage layout. Now, Sawyer's models, if you go into Gaydon, get to his stand nice and quick. Use your Monday Club discount as well. He had some of those. I nearly bought some actually. Imagine, more than 50% off. Can't be robbed. John JMC, the Guru of Sound, says, anyone know any good model shops in Devon? Devon. Technically at Trago Mills you can pick up odd bits. They do sell some where the model railway is. It's not an extensive range, not by a long shot. I think it's mostly Pico and Hornby. Other than that, no, Kerno's in Cornwall. Buffer's in Axminster. Is that Somerset? Is Axminster Somerset or Dorset? Or is it Devon? David Newby says Chris's Crafts in Plymouth. J. Paul Anderson suggests South Devon Railway Shop. Buffer's is in Somerset, said Flymo Chairman 1. Buffer's is great, actually, must admit. I've never visited, but I've bought mail order. Apparently, Buffer's in Axminster is James May's kind of shop. I know they use that as an advertising slogan. I think he visited there when they were doing that the longest model railway thing.
Where he threw all of the boxes in the bin.
No, that was something else.
That made a lot of people cry.
Yeah, I think it was basically just to wind people up. I'm sure that somebody fished that out. That box was valuable, so that box would have got fished out by somebody.
He's rich. Does value matter to him?
But the people at the auction would have fished it out and go, well, if you don't want it, I'll sell it. Yes. It had a value.
That would have been theft, my dear.
Yeah. No, once it's gone in the bin, and it's like he's basically given it to you to put in your bin, then I would say then it is.
Okay, that's a handover.
Implication. Yes. There is an implication that it has become your custodial ship. So, so there we go. Planes Trains UK says Collets in Exmouth. Yeah, Warbler Productions says that as well. Axminster is in South Devon, says Yoharrick.
Draco Mills is rumoured to be in the next James Bond film as a bad guy.
Yeah, we've been saying it. Doesn't Trago Mills sound like that? Hello, Mr. Bond. So nice to see you.
So nice to finally meet you, Mr. Bond.
Yes.
Did I mean meet you or shoot you? It's very nice.
John James C, the Guru Sound, says further northwest, all but would like to go to Pico. John Pinney says Beckcroft model. So there are quite a few down there. Madden Steam Railway says, I've mentioned you and Weir Yard to several people recently. I think the last time I mentioned you in the Monday Club. Excellent. Well, obviously, mentioning model shops, people do contact us from model shops and preserved railways, museums. If you want to be part of the Monday Club badge scheme, encouraging people to turn up and shop in person, not just at shows, but in shops and such like. It's a great way of increasing footfall, and it's about promoting local retailers, and it's use it or lose it in terms of model shops. If we lose them, they don't come back very readily.
Yeah.
So, we need people to use their local shops, and that's what the Monday Club badge scheme is all about. We get no kickbacks whatsoever, just in case anybody is.
I got very annoyed when people said that.
Yeah, and it's like we make nothing.
No, we're not.
No, we make nothing at all. All we make is the £5 when we sell you the badge. Jennifer Horton says, it's been mentioned Pico has a shop at Beer, Picorama. So basically the full Pico range will be there, along with Wills and such like. Laura says, for model railways, I primarily use cellulose car paint for rails. Cheap, dries really fast, wide Goldilocks zone, hard wearing and mixes well. RG Models 86 says, people who collect model trains never to run them. Why? There are collectors in the hobby, and I have trains I have not run in many years. I'm sorry. But what are we looking at?
I'm trying to find. Someone was asking about the
Monday Club.
The Monday Club wagon, so I'm trying to find it.
The Monday. There it is. So £19.95 is the next double O gauge Monday Club wagon. There's also an O gauge one. The O gauge, obviously, a little bit more expensive. So
thank you, Ham Shackleton. I'm going to pin that. So when people lose it, it's there.
Yeah, so do get your Monday Club wagon ordered. Now, we've gone with Dapol because the answer is. And also, people asked for a tank wagon. People have asked for all sorts, actually. But a tank wagon was one of the first things that people started asking for. So rather than just open wagons, we have listened to feedback. And the next double O gauge Monday Club wagon is a wreck tank from Dapol. But that also means that it's a lot cheaper. So $19.95 for the wreck tank, and that's like nearly it's around half price, something like half price, compared to what the last one was. Yep. I know a lot of people did say, "Oh, it's a bit expensive." So hopefully, do support the project.
Yeah. We try to keep it as cheap as possible.
We do. I mean, we make pretty much nothing out of the Monday Club wagon thing. People make out like, I say people, some people, very jealous people,
the usual suspects.
That, oh, look at this, Jenny's sitting on a big pile of money. It's like, no, it isn't.
Jenny is sitting on a
small
stool that I got from a charity shop, so that we could afford to have a chair in here for her. Yeah. That's how this goes.
Right, anyway, do we have quite a backlog of
We do.
videos?
Have you pressed the button to switch the thing?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't.
We do have a fair-sized backlog, and the first that we've got tonight is from Peter Jackson at Chittled Heath.
See you later, Ada Pullen. Good to have you in.
Take care, Addy. Have a great night.
And we've got JD1533 Workshop. Greetings from Queens, NYC. Ooh.
Ian White says, why is that a problem? You can do what you like with your model, not doing anyone any harm.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. And it's why when I bought all those wagons from the Great Electric Train Show, and we did a pickups video as part of our Gets video, because there was so many videos online of people showing off the layouts, we thought we'd do something slightly different. And I said, I'm going to take them out of the box. Look, they're sealed. They've never been out of the box. I'm going to crack the seal and run them. Now, I'm not going to do a James May and throw the boxes away. No. But I actually I ran them to the point where the wheels have gone a kind of coppery brown colour on Four Seasons over the weekend.
Nice.
Because it's quite severe, actually. It's radius 1 curve. and nothing else.
Yeah.
So they scrub round because there's no differential on railway wheels. And so I have burnished those wheels to all the way through the nickel in a weekend.
So,
and I don't care, it doesn't bother me.
Take care, Ramgok. Thanks for coming along, dude.
Absolutely, do take care.
But here's the thing, this is the issue that I had with what James May did. You can buy the locomotives that he had unboxed.
Yes, you can. Dinmore Junction Model Rails, I'm sorry, before it disappears off the top. Of all the different classes of locomotives, the class I've yet to purchase is the Class 25. What class of locomotive is not in your collection? It's an interesting one, actually. I'm surprised you haven't got a 25, but that's probably from my personal... seen through my personal lens. I've got quite a lot of 25s. I do like Class 25. But for me, actually, the 7F that I showed you, so this is the I think it's called the Austin 7. It's the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway 7F. This locomotive I bought from Sawyer's Models, so I did make use of my Monday Club badge discount as one of the retailers who are offering that. And this was one that's actually been a glaring omission in my collection for a very long time. And I finally plugged that hole. Although talking of...
Hey!
Yeah, that's...
while you're doing that, we've got a message from Davil, who says, when I first used weathering powders, I failed to realise how easily they spread. I succeeded in weathering the cat. He was blinking at me through patches of soot, and I had to wash him. I bet he loved you for that.
Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, yeah, absolutely. Callum's Loco, SDJR 7F88. 88 and 89 are actually preserved. So that's 53, 888 and 889, I believe. Or is it 808 and 809?
Jordan, the squeaking that you're hearing is one of the locomotives or wagons.
It's actually...
We'd love to know what it is.
Can I just say, it's referred to as the Bachmann squeal. It's something that Bachmann Mark I coaches occasionally do. Nobody knows why. Nobody can track it down. It just happens. No amount of lubrication seems to sort the issue. It's not a problem. We are aware of it. But yeah, the Bachmann squeal. It's a thing. Right. Oswestry Road TMC. Yes, you have missed loads. You'll have to watch as a catch-up video at the end. We've gone through all of the pickups and stuff. But don't forget, everybody, tickle that like button, share the video, and subscribe if you've not already done so. You can also check us out over on Patreon. Now, anyway, what have we got up first? So, hello, Jenny, Zoe, and the Toaster Twins. This is from Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath. He did mention this to me, actually.
About 30 minutes ago, yes.
Shh. A little video for your delectation and consideration. Oh, it's so polite. I do like it. For showing on the Monday Club, it's a shortish video of a Manchester tram layout that was on display at the Lee Festival of Model Railways and Transport on the 14th and 15th of September 2024, which was where I was there, Craig was there, and my dad was there as well. It was a chance to meet the person responsible for me.
Yes, the origin story. Could you do me the honours?
Yeah, so there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah,
here
press
we
that
go.
button. Hit the lever.
So what we've got here is a very interesting...
Oh, yes, I remember seeing that.
I love this thing where you see the inside of the building.
Can I just say, that building at the front, where you're sort of looking through the building, so you can see out of its windows, but you also see the interior. I think that's a great a modelling idea.
It is. It's like you just cut through the building. That is a very interesting tram there.
Can I also say as well, I love the use of the buildings for back scenes. So they're what I would call, they're like a combination. Oh, look, it's an overheated bus.
Oh, wow.
So it's like low relief, or sometimes I refer to it as flat relief, but they're more low relief. And that's the actual back scene. It works really well.
Isn't the technical term base relief?
Low relief is what we call it in the railway modelling world. But it means you don't, strictly speaking, need a back scene because your buildings are your back scene, but it also means that most of your baseboards is available for the actual model. So these are really nice. Andy Fryer's Junction says David 3D printed most of the items on the layout. Of course, Andy Fryer's Junction is the exhibition manager for this.
It's very difficult to get good old-fashioned style trams, yes. So I can imagine he would have had to 3D print a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I remember talking to him actually about the track. because the track is, I believe he made the track himself, and it's the rails are soldered to copper-clad strips.
Right.
Because it's actually got a check rail as well, from what I remember. So it's really quite an interesting arrangement.
That little one there with the roof, but only in the middle. That is so nice. I need it. I need one of those.
But it's like that tram there. That's actually like a goods tram. Not something that most people are very familiar with. But, I guess back in the day, there would have been trams that would have been used for certainly for departmental type stuff.
Yeah, getting stuff from here to there in the middle of cities. I love it. It's great.
I like the overheated bus. That is
yes.
Nice.
So do you road users. Trams all the way.
Trams for the yes. Simon Trains Mother Railway Showcase. Yes. West Hill Wagon Works.
Thank you so
has
much.
Released
for that.
Woodhead Catenary, and the thing about that is your Monday Club badge discount is good for, I think it's 10% on orders over £20 in-person shopping. So you can make out like a bandit, get your layout with catenary, which is removable with magnets. It's an amazing system. I'm really quite taken with it. But your Monday Club badge discount is applicable. Now, the Monday Club badges, for those joining late, we have sold out the first batch. Thank you so much, you guys, for your support. We have ordered batch 2, and hopefully they won't be too long before they're here. I can't remember, how long did batch 1 take between ordering and actually delivery?
6 weeks.
About 6 weeks.
It won't be long.
So before Christmas, they should be back in stock. They're going to be same design, different base colour. We're going BR Brunswick Green for the next one. But thank you so much, everybody who supported the scheme. So who do we have up next?
Next up we have Mark Wilkes, who says, "Hi Zoe and Jenny, hope you're both well and have gotten over the bug that you had that made you sound raspy. Kind of. We're still chugging off the last of it.
Long COVID, unfortunately. It does hang around.
It does. Long COVID is awful. So we got here a message from him saying, I'm the owner of 5 Kato EF210s. One I repainted myself, though not very well. Never put yourself down. Just think of it. To fail at something is the first step to succeeding at something.
Yes.
And the in-between bits where you start thinking, oh, could have done that better, that just shows you're improving. So
but
you never put yourself down.
Can I just say, you learn more when things go wrong than you do when things go right.
He says, however, he sent one of these off to Mersig Studios in Cheshire.
AJ Trains HD, HO, welcome to the Jenny Kirk membership. Welcome along. It's great to have you on board, and thank you for the support. Barnabas Junction says, hands up if you're attending Alsager Model Railway Exhibition, 9th and 10th of November. Maddenstein Railway says, if I were to model a tramway, I would probably use the tramway at Colville in Suffolk. It's a short tramway, so it would take very little space. Spongate Junction says, good evening, Jenny and Zoe. I'm in the process of painting the curtains in my model of the Royal Train in the closed position. This is a special commission from Kernow Model Railway. Oh,
nice.
When I started reading that, I said, I'm busy painting the curtains. I was thinking, why would you do that? It's like, just imagine your curtains like dripping with Dulux. It's like, there we go. They've gone weird.
they'll not open these in a hurry. So here we are. The black and silver livery that he's also sent in is inspired by the Ivett twins and the E1000 25 kilovolt prototype electric. Let's have a look. Could you bring this up?
Okay.
So here we go. So these are custom paints.
Barnabas Junction. I think I did get your email after. I get sent so many emails. All I said is that about the cruise show. So all I would say is I always recommend email me again a little closer to the time just to re-jog my memory, because you can imagine. So we do stuff every weekend. It becomes a little bit of a blur. Yeah. So I always say to people, don't be frightened to nudge me again. If I've agreed to do something and you sent me a thing, make sure that I attend. Remind me a few weeks beforehand.
These are custom paints. That is amazing. The skill involved is so wow. That is so good, man.
Actually, so they're repainted. That's actually come out really well. And these are N gauge. Can I just say?
Yeah, these are N gauge.
So
these are Kato N gauge. So you know they're going to be small because Japanese ones are small.
But actually, if you hadn't have said that was N gauge, if you'd have said that was HO, I'd have believed you.
Yeah.
That's really, really nice.
It's incredible, the level of skill that some people have on the paints.
156 Andrew Shortbread Express says, Jenny and Zoe, my mum said hi.
Hi.
Hello, 156 Andrew Shortbread Express's mum. It's great to see you. And hope you're well.
And we have a good on.
Gronk it up.
Gronk it up.
Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult. Honest, it's not a cult.
The Gronk It Up cult is not a cult for legal and tax purposes. Your mileage may vary.
J94, big hello to you. Madden Steam Railway says, are those electric locomotives American or European? Neither. I think they're Japanese.
These are very cool. Oh, look at that on the side. Japanese graffiti.
Is it graffiti or is it actually the livery?
Actually, it might be the livery.
I thought in Japan, actually, they're very well behaved when it comes to stuff like graffiti.
There are certain areas that they're not.
Oh, well, where the toughs hang out.
There are certain areas
the
where...
toughs and the edgelords. Yep. But they're very polite and help old grannies cross the road and then spray tag them.
Spray tagging the grannies on the crossing the road.
SR Signalman says, good evening, got my pin badge today. Many thanks. Thank you so much. As we were saying before, we've got batch 2 of the pin badges are ordered. So we reckon, because we ordered them, was it last week or the week before?
I can't remember. So, that was brilliant. Thank you so much
for
sending that in.
Like 4 to 6 weeks based on delivery of the last ones for the Monday Club badges to come back into stock. But you guys, you just bought them so quickly. You caught us out, actually, because at Getz we suddenly had a low stock warning, and I think so. Actually, it's about a week since we ordered more, because I think when we came back from Getz we ordered more.
We had hardly any left, so yes.
Yeah, and then over the weekend at Burnley, I sold loads. Sold the last ones, and also on top of that, we had people going, "Oh, they're almost out. I'd best get my order in." So we had a huge rush on.
Okay, we seem to have gone into 1 or 2 frames per second.
Are we?
We're all right now, but that was so. If that happens, guys, that's because we're loading up the next video and. Windows has decided to be a bugger.
I bet you it's downloading a new down date.
Sarah Davis is up next with a Crooked House dance party.
Yeah, look, I'm going weird again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
So,
and I'm just going to say straight off, Sarah.
Yeah, Ruben.
I know where you got that mat from. Because I've got one too.
Oh, okay.
That's my mat, the giant mouse mat that I have
yes,
in my
it
office.
Is. Oh, and this is this the Crooked pub? Yes, this is the one with the gangster lean that got burnt down by naughty people.
Burnt down, yes.
Burnt down, yes.
It was totally an accident. The bunnies are back.
Yes, and then it got accidentally knocked down by a JCB to make sure the job was done properly, honest, safety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't they get ordered to rebuild it?
Yeah. So here we go. This is a dance
does
party.
anybody know how's the rebuilding of this going on? There's that.
This is cool. I like that. Thank you so much for sending that in. That is lovely.
So there we go.
That is really cool.
Yeah, Jennifer Horton says allegedly legal proceeding. Actually,
yes,
no.
it is.
I think it went through legal proceeding, didn't it?
Yeah, and they said no, put it back.
And I think what it was I don't know whether the fire was deemed to be arson, but it was the destruction of the pub afterwards.
Yes.
It was like, that was repairable. It's grade listed. You can't just demolish it. So I think it was the fact that they then took the opportunity the day after to just demolish what was left without permission. I think that was the biggest thing that was they got angry about. Although I think they were angry it burnt down, but that was like, no, you can't do that.
So we've got a very interesting thing here, because I think you're in it.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh, the Lee Model Railway exhibition. Yes, both myself, Iron Horse Railways, and the man responsible for me, my dad, was there. And a lot of people actually really. Oh, N-Wings 3D first. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you make that big size,
Let's go for it.
so
Right, what were you saying?
N-Wings 3D is one of the Monday Club badge participants, and I believe that they may well be at Gaydon as well. Just to let
Oh,
people
there's
know.
my handiwork.
Minith Tattoos. Oh, I recognise this. It's like the intro of the.
I made that sign.
Yes, you did. Jen, your Lomac train gets longer every week, says Iron Horse Rails.
Yeah.
No, it's only gained the engineer's yellow. It must be said.
Well, it's longer than it was.
So that. Oh,
Beep.
I was running Nicky S, the East I think it's East German HOE locomotive. That doesn't normally get taken out for a spin. So this is a rare opportunity to see that locomotive, because all it was I was prepping to go to the show and I just saw it on the shelf and it was going, hello, can I come out and play? And it's like, oh, go on then, I'll brush the cobwebs off. So, so I brought, it is DCC fitted. So, it's like one of the really early DCC ready locomotives. It has a 6-pin socket, but the pins are backwards. However, what I discovered is that the Bachmann 90-degree pin DCC decoder, if you plug it in upside down, there's just enough of the pins going through the other side of the board to match up and make contact. So you can actually make it into a backwards decoder. So it works. So there you are, it works. So this is Minith Tattoos, which was on display at the Leeds show. And incidentally, it's notionally for sale. I need the space. So it's something like 3 foot by 3 foot, something like that. It does fit in the back of my Nissan Micra. But
says,
it is notionally for sale if anybody is feeling flush.
Jenny says, Iron Horse says, Jen won't let me play with the points on Potato Mountain. She says I'm not allowed to do shunting.
Well,
no, on Potato Mountain you're not.
They do actually work, funnily enough.
They do work, she just doesn't do it.
The problem is that most rolling stock doesn't have clearance to get round the loop. So, Zantec says...
No.
Sorry, SHGP Media asks how much. See, that's the awkward thing, isn't it? I don't know. It's got quite a lot of stuff on it. So, the calculation on model railways aren't normally worth a lot of money.
I think I've seen this one.
But there's a lot of like Bachmann Scenecraft on it, track and electrical stuff. It is all like all point motors and stuff. So I don't know. Make me an offer.
Make her an offer she can't refuse.
I honestly don't know. All I'll say is, make me a reasonable offer. Maddenstein Railway says the fire was supposed to be the final straw for the Crooked House. Then they tried to completely destroy it. I heard that they're still rebuilding it, and they will probably be another year. Right. £360. So is that 360? Is that sorry?
£3.60. Two bags of gummy bears.
360 pence. Right.
Some cans of Monster and a Mars bar.
Mark Wilson was $1 million. Yes, sold to Mark Wilson. Yes. Sorry, no backsies.
He didn't say which dollars. Zimbabwe dollars.
Oh no, that's about 30p. SHGP Media says 2 bags of gummy bears. Nick at Bletchley High Level says crates of Diet Coke forthcoming. Sarah Davis says best to bribe Gandalf with biscuits, although that might cost more. Flymo Chen 1 says 720p available. Ooh.
No, that's a resolution joke. What the? Whoa.
Yes, this.
What is that?
Can I just
my
say,
goodness!
This Lego layout won Best in Show.
I can see why. Oh my goodness!
It's. I love how different it is, but like the kids, you couldn't. For most of the show, you couldn't get the kids peeled off the front of this. They just love this stuff, and it's. Can I just say, like, Mum, Dad, if you're watching. When I was little, I really wanted a Lego train set.
I didn't even know it existed.
I knew they existed, and I really wanted one. So I just want to say, I love Lego train sets.
That's so cool.
Too old for them now. So
Bloody expensive now.
don't like if anybody's going. I know. I'll send it. Don't send me one. It won't get used. But like when I was a kid, it's so Mark Wilson. If you can fire up your DeLorean and take all the stuff back to 1985, then I'm sure the 1985 me would love it. This is lovely. Southern Railway. Is that a Terrier? I'm gonna. No, that's a P class, isn't it?
Looks like a train.
Might be a P class.
Is that
actually.
Ustra gun lights?
It's not Ustra gun lights.
No, on the wagon.
What? Oh yes, an Ustra gun lights in a Skedwin Collieries. Yeah, I didn't spot that, but yes, it is. Barnabas Junction says Alsager Railway Association are offering free entry to their exhibition for model railway YouTubers. Conditions apply. Details are on my community feed. Oh, so anybody going to the Alsager Railway Association, check that out.
Yeah, go for it.
Because that is actually an incredibly good deal. So do check that out. And of course, like we showed earlier on in the show, there's some great bargains to be had at shows.
Yeah.
Jennifer Horton says, I have $100 trillion note somewhere from Zimbabwe. What's it actually worth? Are they? I mean,
100 trillion Zimbabwe dollars.
I'm guessing it's actually worth about the same amount of money as a single sheet of bog roll, which is all it's good for. Sarah Davis says, I do know that they had a Lego train set at T-Bay Services. T-Bay Services, very nice services. I do like the farm shop. If you really want wild boar sausages, then that's the place to go.
That looks so much like the area where I grew up, doesn't it?
Some lovely scenery on this.
Yeah.
And of course, Sawyer's Models will be stocking, I believe, War World Scenics.
That would be an interesting thing to model, wouldn't it? The Clarence Railway.
Could be, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Mark Wilson says, I would love to, but that would change the timeline continuum. The space-time continuum.
You might never meet the cupboard monkey.
That's a risk I'm prepared to take.
And the downside is...
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is so... Oh my god, this is...
What's not to like?
This so much reminds me of where I grew up.
RG Models 86. You are absolutely right. I do still secretly love Technolego. Oh, this one was actually at the Burnley show. So this is N-Gauge. It's a big layout. This was at the Burnley show that I was at over the weekend, so I actually got to have a really good look at it. And there was one of the operators, there's a young lad, I don't want to say his name because I can't remember it, but he was incredibly enthusiastic, and I gave him one of the last Monday Club badges.
Nice.
And I thought, he was so enthusiastic, he was so knowledgeable, he was such a great lad. It's like, there you go.
So nice.
On the house.
Right, we're going to jump on.
Oh, I like this. Is this narrow gauge or is this...
Judging by the wind in that track,
maybe. I like
I'm going to
this.
say yes. Because I'm not sure a double O could get around some of those bends.
I'm waiting for the train, which will tell us. But that's yes, it is, because that's like Linda or Blanche, from the Bachman range.
Wow, the shine on it's quite.
Yeah, but steam locomotives could be a little bit shiny.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's very shiny. Like it actually looks like shiny painted metal.
Andy Fryers Junction says that layout is Airby from Pendle Forest MRS.
Airby gum.
So it's actually based on it kind of like little things I got told now go ka-chink and link up. So that's actually a real location. So it's a model of Airby Station, which was on the line from Colne through to somewhere else, which they've been campaigning to reopen that line for so long, but
that is a
believe
hell of a
it
video.
when I see it.
But it's very long. It's 25 minutes, so I encourage you to go and actually see it for yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the windowsill layout, says Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath. That was, again, really interesting. It normally lives on his windowsill.
Wow.
Iron Horse Railway says this layout is so clever it fits on a windowsill. Simon Trains Mother Railway Showcase, thank you, goes to Skipton. Luke Craig as well. Skipton, Will Tucker, Colne to Skipton. Yes. RG Models 86 says you can tell Linda's cab is open at the back. Blanche's cab is fully enclosed.
Well, there you are.
There we are.
So what we've got now is a follow-up to something we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
Were we?
Yes, and I'll let you have a read of the text while I put the link into the chat.
So this is Anthony Nil. Anthony Nil. So actually it's Ant Nil. Ant Nil, yes. Now I know where your screen handle comes from. Anthony Nil says, "Hi Jenny and Zoe, here's a video for the Monday Club after watching this week's stream talking about women in the hobby. Someone mentioned in the chat about the female driver at the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Here she is."
No. North York Moor Railway. When we last went there, we got lectured at length that it wasn't the Yorkshire Moors Railway.
At that railway, here she is earlier this year driving the Royal Scot going from Pickering to Gromont. Only 5 minutes long. Hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes, but we were told quite succinctly it was the York Moors
Yeah,
Railway,
but
not
people
the
keep
Yorkshire.
trying to tell me that it's not pronounced Boadicea and that Snowdon's been rebranded. But I'll be honest with
Boudica,
you, could not
sorry.
be. I'm
Sorry,
not
guys.
changing.
You can't call. You can't say no. You can't say Boadicea. You have to call her Boudica. We don't know what she was called.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Or the Romans wrote it down.
Yeah.
We don't know.
It's like another great idea from the people who brought you the downgrading of Pluto from being a planet. Pluto is always a planet in my book. You heard it here first. Yeah, hardline. Monday Clubbers like Pluto to be a planet. Oh, I just punched my own boob. That really hurt.
I do actually find it hilarious, though, that Pluto lost full planet status because Eris turned up, the goddess of discord and strife.
Which one's Eris?
It's the her dwarf planet that they found in the Oort cloud, which is the same size as Pluto, but was technically classed as an asteroid until they sorted this crap out.
Well, why didn't they classify that as a planet just to mix things up?
Because having 10 planets seemed wrong.
No, 10 planets, no waiting. This is not. Look at that. That's really lovely weather.
That is lovely, steady camera work as well.
Yeah. Beep beep. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I feel obliged to go. Look how realistic this scenery is.
See, I knew it would. Yeah, not the Oort cloud, the Kuiper belt. That was it. Thank you.
Kuiper belt. Yes.
The Oort cloud somewhere.
Jennifer
else.
Horton says, Garrows believe the Sir Arthur Hayward philosophy that a stout Macintosh is better for the driver. Oh, yeah, of course, with the open cabs, a stout Macintosh. Yeah, that's like when you get tech bros now who do stuff, but they're not the people who have to use it and pick up the pieces. That sounds a lot like some guy who never actually had to drive a locomotive day in, day out, thought that they didn't need a cab.
What I find hilarious, though, is the tech bros that go, oh, we've got this idea for, we're going to use Uber, but you'll be able to join it on a set timing. So, and then everyone else went, you mean you've invented the bus? It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, it's like, do you not get out of your mum's basement much? Can I just say as well, note here, the size of the formation, the width, this used to be double track.
Yes.
So for reasons that will come clear, we're told now at Warnerley, or aka I can't believe it's not Worley, that you'll find out a little bit more about that. But I believe they would like to double track it. The problem is the cost, and obviously in the world of preserved railways, it's a lot of money just to put a second track in. It's often seen as a little bit of an extravagance when that money could be used for other more pressing things.
Like making sure your locomotive's
Yeah.
Because that's not cheap.
Yeah,
track's expensive, and so is repairing trains or buying coal these days.
Not only that, I mean, the thing is as well that the formation would need a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to dig out all the muck and stuff and regrade it and such like. Interesting. Barnabas Junction says Neptune's moon Titan is believed to have been a sister planet to Pluto. It got pulled out of orbit backwards to all the other moons by Neptune when it used to have an elliptical orbit of the sun.
That sounds about right, yeah. There's all kinds of weird stuff out there that we've noticed. But yeah, people now saying, oh, the Doctor Who story, the 10th planet has to be renamed the 9th planet now. Not necessarily. We think there is a planet 9, and we believe it's the missing super Earth that our solar system, by comparison with other solar systems that we can see the planets of, should have one, but we don't. And we think it's actually been thrown out to the outer parts of the solar system.
So do you think it's still in an orbit? It's just like gone way.
There are so many problems with the orbital mechanics on the outer parts of the solar system that...
Is this where they just make stuff up just to explain the fact that they don't understand the maths?
Well, I was about to come to that. That either we are going to find a super Earth orbiting very far out from the sun, or we are going to discover a new form of orbital mechanics.
Oh, it's Triton, not Titan.
Yeah.
So there we are. The wigwags that love across.
Titan's actually a very interesting one. There might be life on it. But the other thing that I want to see, if we find the super Earth, it's a rocky planet that used to be in the habitable zone, now isn't.
Yeah.
Is there frozen signs of primordial
frozen life? You mean there's like tech bros going?
Just imagine it though. If you're out there, and it's going to be a very, very long time.
There! Look!
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Oh.
if you imagine it, you're out there. It's going to take a very long time for us to get anything there.
So there we go.
If we see it out there and we land something, and primordial life is shown. Like the building blocks are there, and all that stopped it from starting life proper was the fact that it got thrown out and frozen. That would be a completely new thing.
Yeah, Nick at Bletchton High Level says, now coal is scarce, Heritage Railways are in need of our patronage, tea and cake fine. And there's an interesting point, now that there's no more mines in the UK, we have to import this stuff from abroad.
Yes.
And it's, I don't know, it's like, there's certain things that coal gets used for other than burning it as well. And coal can be used in I'm trying to remember, it was explained to me that actually a lot of the anthracite that was dug up was used for purposes other than burning. I can't remember what it was, but actually it's a very simplistic view normally made by people who don't actually understand the...
That explosion was fireworks. We're coming up on the 5th of November.
Oh, yes.
So next up, we've got a very interesting video. This one's from J. Paul Anderson.
Oh.
And he says it's bunting and a Churchill special on Ormsthorpe flyover. So let's
Did
have
somebody
a look at
just
this.
encrypt your tongue?
Yes, and then I lost route.
So there we go.
So here we go. This is always a pleasure to see because this is a fantastic railway.
Mark Wilson says, we are actually aliens. We migrated from Mars after we destroyed it. And he would know because he went back in the DeLorean and checked.
Here's the very interesting thing. We can't not prove that panspermia didn't happen. That life on Earth originated on Mars. Or on Venus, or somewhere else.
Oh,
we
interesting.
can't say that it didn't.
Harry Crabb says, I think
Oh
the
my
big
goodness,
pit
look
in
at this.
Wales still produce very limited coal. And it's an interesting point.
That
There
is a
are
lovely
some
looking building.
collieries that are now museums. So like the big pit, but also Kevin Coyd Colliery. Now, I don't know whether anybody knows.
Oh,
is there coal
I like
still
the
in
house.
Kevin Coyd Colliery? I mean, if you go right down into the pit, are there still mineable coal?
I'll tell you right now,
seams?
as someone who comes from a mining background, the majority of pits still have coal in them, but getting it out
just not
is far
economical.
too expensive. Because you have to go further
But
and further
anthracite
down.
burns incredibly hot and incredibly clean.
This is
It
lovely.
does feel like, surely there should be.
British tank! This is lovely. Can't they use wood with coal-powered locals?
The
Keeping the
firebox.
heat
No,
up wouldn't work.
you can't. It's to do with the firebox design. So wood-burning locomotives have a different firebox design.
Right. Because of course it would need more ash. More
Yeah,
room for the ash.
but there's a lot of different considerations, and you
lovely.
can't burn wood
This is
and
so
just
nice.
wood easily in a locomotive designed to burn coal.
So that's Coeur de
And
Lion
I've a
Central.
feeling vice versa as well. You can't
Elephants!
you can't burn coal in a locomotive designed to burn wood because it'll cause a lot of issues.
Oh yeah, this is lovely. This really is a
Yeah.
lovely one.
Zantex says, can they be converted to oil firing? They can, but it's very expensive. And yeah, Jennifer Horton says, I have fired wood-burning locos in Finland, but you use a lot of it and need a big spark arrestor. Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of sparks off wood as well. I
is
always
lovely.
enjoy our visits to these dioramas. So much attention to detail. Look, the bunting's out.
Yeah,
It's like, we're being patriotic today.
yeah.
Yes.
So this is
Warm beer for everybody.
the Churchill tanks at Coeur de Lion, which of course is Lionheart.
Yeah.
Lovely. That was fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending that in, J. Paul Anderson.
Yeah, Nick at Lechton High Level says, yes, I heard recently that GWR locos were designed with Welsh coal in mind, which is now a problem. And
Yes.
Laura says, most mines didn't shut because there was no coal. They closed because mining is expensive, plus Thatcher switched to gas power stations. Not necessarily to screw over the unions, but the unions didn't help themselves. We don't...
Okay, this has been going around for a long time, and I want to explain it.
No,
A lot of the coal mines were running down because it was getting expensive and there was a lot of problems. Mines started being closed in the 70s. It wasn't Thatcher who did it.
Yeah.
Thatcher did a lot of them, but she didn't do as many
North
as the
Sea
previous ones.
gas did change things a lot.
Yes.
And, you know, people have this sort of romanticised view of coal mines, but it wasn't necessarily the most pleasant of work.
It wasn't.
You
It
know,
was
I
dangerous as all hell.
I had uncles, great uncles, and such like who were miners in Wales, and they all had health issues, serious health issues, because of the job they did. And I don't think many of them lived to the kind of ages you'd expect to live these days. And, you know, they all had things like silicanosis on the lung, coal miner's lung, but also, like, you know, lots of broken bones and stuff and such
And
like.
so many communities have memorials every year
To the
for
people
the
who
miners
died
who
in the
died. Mining is dangerous.
Yeah, Dragon Elite says, difficult listening with so many interruptions, too much talking over one another, sorry.
Yeah, that's podcasts.
That's us.
It's not going to change, dude.
So, anyway, do we have another one?
We do, and we have time.
We do.
Wouldn't envy those who worked out. Yeah, my granddad's, my uncles, their fathers and uncles and brothers, going all the way back, they were miners. And hardly any of them are still here now. And it's just how it is. Harry Crab, no. We're not going into this. Don't just shout wrong. We're talking about the larger picture. We're not trying to put blame on anyone. We're trying to explain the situation.
But, yeah, Raymond Legg says, fall of Detroit ruined Michigan's economy. And unfortunately...
Oh my goodness, Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit is... when you watch RoboCop, it's... Apparently, some of the sort of like the dystopian way that portrays is based on Detroit at the time as the car industry pulled out.
Yeah, the car industry destroyed Detroit. And when you see it now, it's like, I would not wish that fate on anyone's place that they've grown up and loved. Because, oh my goodness.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there's a romanticised view about mining as long as you're not the one that has to go down the mines and do the mining.
I'd be dead now if I'd gone down.
That's a problem that a lot of people would have faced. Anyway, Mark Wilson, he's fired up the DeLorean.
He has. He's waxed the DeLorean, and we've got a Class 31 at Birmingham.
Yeah.
So if you can bring this in.
So, Mark Wilson has waxed the DeLorean. Somebody argued with me the other day, so you don't wax a DeLorean. Well, I don't know. Like, Biff's just putting the second coat of wax on right now.
Yeah.
But he's been back in time. And is this Birmingham New Street?
I believe it will be. Yes.
I love these. Mark Wilson, I do want to see these in person at some point.
I know. I really do.
It's like you're not coming behind the curtain. It'll ruin its magic, and I understand that it will ruin the magic. But look at
those
this
lovely cars, and the way
the taxi,
the way he's taking the photos. It's every single time. It's like, even the fact that this is on a slight skew makes it feel like you've just got an Instamatic snappy camera and just gone for it, and you don't get a second try. This is so nice. The inside, you can see everything. It's
the attention to detail.
Yeah.
Look at all the little things, like even down to the bollards, the white lines,
Yeah.
the weathering around the grate in the road.
Yes.
And it's just that attention to detail
Yeah.
that makes it such a believable scene.
Such amazing stuff, man.
So, and look
Oh.
at that. And again, the lighting as well. We did a video on layout lighting, but there, look, we've got the litter on the tracks, but also those cables that hang on the front face of the platforms. I think they're signalling cables or something. But it's got that kind of randomness, just like the real thing. There's even dirt, I think, underneath the litter bin. I love it.
It is really good.
Mm.
And it's like, every single time I look at these, there's something new that I spot.
Iron Horse Railways,
And
there
parts of this I
were
recognise.
oil-burning locomotives. In the UK, actually, I suppose the best example would be the Festiniog Railway. For quite some time, actually, went over to oil-burning. So it can be done. I think the problem was the cost, because the oil fuel is expensive as well. It is a fossil fuel.
Yes, and it's going to run out at some point as well. And that's a big issue. If we want this stuff to last, and we do, we've got to start thinking, how do we make it run on stuff that's available now and will be available in the future? And to a certain extent, the answer is, with the resources these places have, we can't.
Oh, interesting. Ant Nil says NYMR are currently converting a loco to oil. We're not sure which one off the top of my head. Interesting. Yeah, and there's a dim little memory in my head saying they mentioned that when we were there, but I can't remember for certain.
I don't remember. But this is lovely. Like, oh, look at that.
RG Models 86 says the Talyllyn Railway is experimenting with eco coal.
Steam engines should run on compressed air.
It's
It's an interesting idea.
no.
I'm not sure it would work.
No, you can't contain. See, the thing about a steam locomotive is that the boiler is not just full of steam. What you have is it's mostly full of water.
Yes, pressurized water.
And a steam engine works because when water turns into steam, it gets hugely bigger in volume. So effectively, when you compress, you hold the water in compression. It can't boil at the same temperature as it would in your kettle. So actually, the temperature of the water in the boiler is much higher than 100 degrees. And that means as you use the steam from the air gap at the top, more boils into its place.
Wow.
And you can it can store so much more
These are
energy
air-fixed models. Oh
because
my
the
goodness.
water that's in there. That's why fireless locomotives work, and they work for such long periods of time.
Yes.
Because actually it's the superheated water boiling as the pressure drops, so more of it can boil, and that replenishes the steam. You can't do that with compressed air. You can compress the air, compress the gas into that cylinder, but you can't compress it into a liquid and it work, because when it expands, everything will ice up. It just doesn't work. You need there's a thermodynamics reason, and I haven't done thermodynamics for a long time.
Brunel experimented with an air-powered railway. It wasn't a success.
But that was actually like a tube, a vacuum tube,
That'd be cool,
which
wouldn't it?
sort of sucked it along. The problem was
That's an interesting idea.
it did work. The problem was that the technology wasn't up to it. So they
Yeah.
had this cast iron tube between the rails, and then they had like a thing that the plunger that pulled the train along was in the tube, fastened to the locomotive. But to seal it, they had like a leather flap soaked in tallow. And the problem was, worked perfectly until the rats started eating the leather flap. Because
Which,
it was
of course, would happen.
so that was the issue.
Now, we've had it, I think Sarah said that you could theoretically convert a steam locomotive to run nuclear.
Can I say,
Because it's the same sort of thing as steam generator.
Andrew Better says pressure is approximately 225 psi, water temperature approximately 200 degrees C. David Baker says on their website they refer to themselves as the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Pluto is the 9th planet, Vulcan is the 10th, and Rupert is the 11th.
So they call themselves the York. We got told very interesting.
Oh, if only we'd have had
facts.
this information at our fingertips.
Yes. Whoa.
I love that angle because
not just because of the advert.
Can I just say? Oh, hello, hello, nurse. Can I just say? Having suffered the misfortune of travelling on the megabus once through Birmingham, company was trying to save money, but it took so long they paid me more for the hourly rate than they saved on the ticket. Long story. But the megabus picks up around there. So if you've been on the megabus, you get to see that angle.
Yeah.
And so when I look at Mark's stuff, it's like, that just is that area. The attention to detail is incredible.
It is. I've been to some of this area and...
The bull ring, of course, the bull ring.
Yes.
Oh.
But not as it is now, with that weird mirrored metal monstrosity.
Yeah.
And what were they thinking?
Mm.
I know what they were thinking. They were thinking if Manchester gets uppity about becoming England's second city, they can use it as a heat ray.
Asp383, hello to you, says, love the sound of an air starter on a Mac, but you only get about 3 shots at trying to start the engine before having to tap off a tyre for air pressure. So not efficient. Is that in Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, when he starts up that Mack truck and it makes a sort of a weird high pitch. Is that the air start? Is that what that noise is? I always wondered about that. So he was lucky it actually had air in the system.
Mark, thank you so much for sending that in.
Yeah.
Lucky. They filmed. They waited until it was there. Thank you so much for sending those in. That was an amazing trip
Absolutely.
back into the past.
Really enjoyed your trip back in the DeLorean.
Unfortunately, that is the last one for tonight.
Valley's 56XX asks, wasn't there a class 25, 26 or 27 that got irradiated and had to be buried as nuclear waste back in...
Oh my goodness.
No, as far as I know, no. It was actually, I think it was a 26 that got buried in a landfill site up in Scotland. It's actually the one that's next to the M74. However, the reason it's buried there is because it was just the body, the stripped out body, and it was filled...
Okay, I'm going to stop. Harry Crabb, we put you in timeout to try and calm you down because you were getting upset. We also deleted the comments because we didn't want a political fight. But I'm going to address this now. He says here, and Hannah Shackleton, thank you for deleting it, says, can't cope with polite debate and different opinions. There was nothing polite about what you said.
Can I say...
Saying that we would have been Trump supporters if we were in America and that we don't know what we're talking about because we weren't there. We were there. We wouldn't be Trump supporters. We were there in the 80s. We're both from mining families. We know what we're talking about.
And can I just say...
Do not come in here with politics when we've told you not to.
Can I just say, my channel, my rules, goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah. So, as for unsubscribing, you can if you want, but you're banned.
Yeah.
You're blocked now. Bye.
So, right. Christopher Torre says, use a T-35 tank had an air start. I think it was a thing. There's also, I'm sure there was some industrial locomotives that had a little donkey engine to create the air pressure in a tank, which was then used to start the engine. I'm trying to. I'm trying to remember. I think some of the Rustons may have had that. Yes. Chris Byshuk says, yeah, Rustons have them. You Shunt says, Jenny, you should be a bouncer. I'm sorry, you're not on the list. You can't come in.
Madam,
I'm too nice.
Madam, that notepad is blank.
Yeah, I know. Scary, innit?
You're not on the list. Your list's blank, and you're not on it.
Oh, Chris, I'm probably crucifying how you're supposed to pronounce your... So, Chris Bish UK, I'm going to say. So, Laurie's one has it as well.
Right. And the little shunter from LMM, right.
Yes. Andrew Bettis says, go Jenny and Zoe. Yeah. Boo! Go Jenny!
The
Go Jenny!
You wanted to have a discussion about politics on my show, I'll discuss it because
Yeah.
I'm a former politician.
We try and...
But on here, we want everyone to feel welcome.
Yeah.
So
we don't want people feeling uncomfortable.
Exactly.
And I know occasionally we sort of skirt around the edges, but we try not to do politics on here. We try and keep it inclusive because we know that people have differing opinions.
Yeah.
And actually what brings us together here, what unites the Monday Club model railway community is our love of trains.
Exactly.
And we want a friendly environment where we can move away from the political debates of the day and actually be able to come together as a group and enjoy the commonality of our love of trains. And I think that, that is important in the world. We shouldn't have confrontation all the time. I think it's one of the things that social media does seem to make more and more out there. It's like, if you're not with us, you're against us. And it shouldn't be adversarial like that.
We were never, back in the 90s, the 80s, before that, everyone, we had heated discussions. But no one started actual fights with their friends over this stuff. And now we do.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. Yes, Nick at Bletchley High Level, absolutely. Never taught politics or religion.
Yep.
And it's something actually I learned from my parents that, politics and religion, if you make a point of not talking about those, then actually you'll have a great evening. Everybody will get on. And at the end of the evening, everybody's still friends.
Right, guys, we're coming up to the end of the show, so we're going to take a quick message from our sponsor, who is fantastic. So thank you so much to TMC. Let's have a few words from them.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
Thank you so much to TMC.
Absolutely. And thank you to you guys as well for joining us. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the stream, and also subscribe if you've not already done so. Because I think the space just opened up in the subscriber list. And also, just to let people know, we haven't really covered news. There were announcements from Daypol at the O-Gauge show. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what. There's a laser cut building kit.
Ooh,
and
nice.
Also, I think it's an IZA wagon. Don't quote me on that. But also, there's an awful lot of new releases coming through. So, Bachmann Mark 1 coaches, new batch of those, including, for some reason, Regional Railways BG. I'm sorry, but when they did Regional Railways the first time round, and actually that's one of the trains that's going round, you'll see the Regional Railways coaches. The BG hung around the longest of all of them because nobody wanted it. And it was the TSOs that sold out first. They're like Golders. I've never seen a Regional Railways Mark 1 TSO from the first batch. Never seen them. They're just not there. The FK actually is quite tricky. I did manage to get one of those. But why, Bachmann? Why have you not done more of the other coaches to go with them? I've got a BG, an FK, and a BSK. I want other coaches to go with them, but Bachmann doesn't release them. It's really annoying, but that's just me. So, anywho, you guys take great care of yourself. Of course, you will be prompted to move on over to the Game Hammer Classic Gaming Stream.
Oh, I better go and set that up, hadn't I?
Yeah, what are you playing?
I was thinking an Amstrad night, old Amstrad CPC
Old
games.
Amstrad night. Anyway, you'll be prompted for moving on over. Your live streaming goodness will continue. But Peter Jackson, Cheadle here says night all, see you around. And night all says Sarah Davis. You Shunts is another good show. Ronnie and Reggie. By order of the management. Thank you, work is appreciated. Thank you so much. Richard Groove says new ones have people in. Christopher Torres says night all. Night all says Anthnil. J. Paul Anderson, Night Jenny and Monkey. Bye bye everyone. We have another tumble of clowns through. That last one, I think he also works on the side for British Railways. Horn.
That's Honky Horace. He sits on the front of the train.
Oh yeah, with
his high vis flapping in the wind while he goes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they give him a pair of goggles so he doesn't get flies in his eyes. Yeah.
Right.
Also, where's the guy with the trombone? Is he not here tonight? Oh. Oh. So there we go. Anyway, good night to you all. It's been an absolute honour to share Monday night with you all. And don't forget, coming up later this week, we have the exclusive first look video at the KR Models Leader. We were very kind enough to be loaned the review sample, so we're going to be taking a good close look at that. And just in case Kyle Humphreys from TRS Trains is watching, haven't forgotten, we're going to be doing a full review on this the week after. This is the TRS Trains fully customised Class 37 with an engine unit in it, working smoke unit. It's an incredible customisation job. So really looking forward to getting a good close look at that. But from everybody here, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
The train now departing at 21:05 from platform 7 is the 21:05 service to Butsfarte, stopping at Tatis Newyth. That unnamed lab that Jenny said had a name but turns out it didn't. The weird upside down place where we can't really stop because you'll fall out, but we'll stop anyway. The Four Seasons.
What am I doing with my life?
All change at 3 cocks for Lord Hereford's knob.
I bet your mum's proud of you.
Bolton Trinity Road.
Oh, I'm sorry, was that funny?
I should have a list of all of these places, but apparently I don't. And finally on through Eindhoven, Pittsburgh somehow, and then on to Butsfarte. Also stopping at Packham on the back and Huggleton on the hill, but then on to Butsfarte. That is the 21:04 service to Butsfarte.
Laura, absolutely, don't forget, tickle that like button. It's easy to do. So 160 watches, only 170 thumbs. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the show. Absolutely.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise.
Bum bum.
If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes.
Bum bum.
Because every train there ever was has
Gathered there together because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Monday Club for everyone. So come on and join the fun and lick your bum and
Smith. Some
the song,
I don't know.
The song breaks down at that point
Yeah.
because to be perfectly honest, we haven't thought enough about it.
No. Kick a bum and
Anyway,
say your
are you-
yum and suck your thumb or something, wasn't it?
Like Cupboard Monkey, are you gonna get
I'm off
lost?
to Game Hammer to go
Yeah.
and hammer some games.
Go on. Oh, yeah, same to you. I hear the crinkle of the... Oh, for a moment there, I thought it was biscuits, but that was a gift from somebody, wasn't it?
Zantek.
Zantek. So Zantek, the cupboard monkey has now finally passed over the whistle. Yay! So for those people wondering, the locomotive's going round. We've got the all-new super sound-fitted deluxe Bachmann one, 31, going round. We've got at least 2 Bachmann Class 25. So we've got 25052 on the ABC shuttle, and sound-fitted 25231 is pulling the train with the Lomax. We've got a Bachmann BR plain black Gronk. It's actually the same one as the running number as Gronksy Toaster, and very kindly sent it to the channel. Eternally grateful for the generosity of you guys. We've got a Hornby Class 71 with HM7000 sound decoder in. For some reason it's masquerading as a 73 at the moment, so it sounds like it... I guess it's pretending to be a Class 74. We've also got a Class 27 Hellion 27001 in weathered BR green on the ABC shuttle as well. And of course that Hellion Class 17 in a What If rail freight livery as 17007. Sorry, had to have it. Absolutely had to have it because it was it had a tops number. So so you guys take great care of yourself. We're just waiting for the monkey to start up the Game Hammer Classic Gaming stream. And then I'm actually going to be DCC fitting that 7F that I picked up from Sawyer's Models at the Burnley LNY DCC show. That reminds me, that's the sound from Thomas the Tank Engine. Just need Ringo Starr now. Oh, Thomas came out. I can't do a Ringo Starr impression. I can do Scouse, but I can't do Ringo Starr very well. Thomas was being a very naughty engine. He gave the finger to Percy, and Percy wasn't very happy. Thank you so much, Mike Lane TT120. A new shunt, says nice shunter passing by. Yeah, that is Gronksy. So Gronksy the Toaster has a real life counterpart. It's that locomotive, same number on. Yes, Richard Swiderski. Peep, peep, said Thomas. Now we all got on a yellow submarine. I just put it. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Name a Gamer YT says, Jenny, you're funny. Oh, thank you. And Andy Fry's Junction says, another fantastic stream, Jenny. Thank you so much. And also, don't forget, the scenery products that we showed in the pickup spin at the start, the all-game terrain, 50% off from Sawyer's Models if you're at Gaydon this weekend. He's got a big tray of them. When they're gone, they're gone. 50% off RRP. Amazing prices for what effectively are Woodland Scenics products. They're the same products that you know and love from Woodland Scenics, but at a huge discount because it's remained in stock. He's not stocking that range anymore. It's a wargaming range. So same product, different packaging for the wargamers. Get yourself a bargain whilst you're there. Richard Swiderski says, calm down, Jenny. Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Let's change the angle of the dangle. There we go. So let's have a look now. Somebody said you need a very small... Oh, I see. Yes, so I hate it when backmen, and I did learn actually at Getz that most manufacturers do watch this video. I don't know whether they're like, let's see if Jenny badmouths and trash talks us. I hope not, but a lot of manufacturers do watch. I suppose finger on the pulse sort of thing. But Backman, if somebody from Backman is watching, please, 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 don't make your screws so small that I can't actually get a screwdriver into. I've just got that. So first one, and then the other. Thankfully, they're not over-torqued from the factory, so that does help quite a bit. What no? Annie Gray says, hi Jenny, it was lovely to meet you the other day. You're an inspiration. Annie, zany e-bike rider. Oh, thank you so much. It was amazing to meet you too as well. So always an honour to meet people at shows. Right, there's actually plenty of room in the 7F tender. I'm looking at this and my mind goes to HM7000. If you want to fit a HM7000 in the SDJR 7F, then there appears to be a huge amount of room. Valley's 56XX says DCC fitting the 7F is a pain. I'm looking at it, and it is quite a roomy tender. Those tiny little screws are a little bit difficult. I've got a very, very tiny, actually a flathead screwdriver seems to work better than the crosshead. But there's plenty of space in there. I'm sort of pondering it. I would say that it's not an issue, DCC fitting this. Andy Fry's Junction says you can get a double iPhone speaker in the tender. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this, so I'm going to say, actually, if you want to go down the good quality budget sound route, then HM7000, I'm going to say there's enough room for speaker, decoder, and the power bank as well. That's better. That's a nice view without me in the way. Thank you very much, Barry Wendon. Very kind of you to say. Don't forget, everybody, do hit that like button and share the stream as well. I've got Aaronville. Yeah, he's in the modelling dungeon. No, not in the model dungeon, but I'm going to put him by Lord Al's Lavy, the boggy crapper, up by the signal box with the other YouTubers. He gave me one of himself. It's from the Model U range. This is Sayer Aaron, aka Aaronville. We're going to be adding him to the YouTubers Corner, so I might do that actually once the monkey fires up. So basically, they're going over here where you can see my finger. Actually, let's get that done now, shall we? So, Aaronville, if you watch this right to the end, you'll see yourself being added to Weir Yard. got to separate him from the base. There we go. And a little bit of glue. I'm just going to use Deluxe Materials Speed Bond. I mean, it's not necessarily the most ideal, but let's just move these out of my way a little bit. So the Cupboard Monkey's telling me it's about to go live. There's dust in there as well. it's actually quite shocking how dusty this all becomes. So, Aaronville, you're going in. The YouTuber's corner. Oops. And then I'll be turning you over to the Cupboard Monkey in a moment. He won't stand up. Actually, just going to do a tiny amount just on the back of the backpack. I think that might just do the trick. There we go. Aaronville, you are on Weir Yard. So from all of us here at Weir Yard, you guys take great care of yourself. Timothy Kindhard, you're absolutely welcome. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.